Hey, how's it going, everyone? It is Driga. We're back with another chapter of Deadrock, chapter 28, Sensei. The cover page for this chapter has Saru on it, and it's very Dragon Ball inspired, with him like flying on the cloud with the staff. Like 100% is taking inspiration from Goku doing the same thing. But even as someone that is not super versed in Dragon Ball, I immediately know that this is a reference to that, so that's kind of cool. And our chapter picks up with Hein rescuing Yakuto, which was where the last chapter had left off. Kind of a double showcase here because, you know, they need to continue forward. They don't have a path, so Hein makes a giant ice bridge, which is also a pretty big showcase for him just because it's like a massive amount of ice that he's forming, which is different from where he was before. It's looking a lot more powerful, which Satsuna is seemingly falling immediately in love with him extremely rapidly, but she seems super duper into him. And this is pretty much right where you cut over to God fighting Lip, which is a majority of this chapter, and I will say their fight is pretty dang cool, and honestly I wasn't really expecting Lip to put up much of a fight, but actually I think their fight was pretty dang good, and actually he puts up way more of a fight than I thought he would. Pretty much throughout their whole fight they're just arguing about, I'm the god of living, I don't want anyone alive that like disrespects me, and how are my followers gonna fear me? And they just kind of have this back and forth conversation on who's the better god, essentially. I will say there's some super cool moments throughout this fight, like you get God like punching a gigantic hole through Lip, and honestly you would think he's gonna die immediately, like he's getting bursted basically, but no, he doesn't. He just forms a giant fist and absolutely slams God, and apparently just getting gigantic holes in him literally does not kill him because he's still like communicating and docking and just acting perfectly fine even with gigantic holes in him. And I will say, super cool line before he's like about to like do his cool attack against God, because he's like, I'm the god that governs life and death, like, do you think you could have actually killed me? And he's covering God in like all those like little paper creatures that he has, and just absolutely sets off the most gigantic explosion. And basically you cut away from them for a little while, and then you learn more about Hein and what's going on and why was his ice power a lot more powerful now. And essentially the whole time he's been dead now, he has been training to eventually come back and join Class F and be a stronger, usefuler member to them. And I love that when he's talking about like, I want to come back and, you know, be in Class F again with you guys, Setsuna is like, yeah, I'd like to join it too. Like, she is so into this guy all of a sudden. And as they're trying to make it to the door to finally be reincarnated, they're getting attacked. And I like the kind of group combat you get here with Yakuto, Setsuna, and Hein all fighting together. Kind of a really random combo, which is where you go back to God and Lip's fight. And that attack did not kill God, but he actually does look damaged, which is kind of a rarity. He seems to not really get damaged by much, but he actually does get damaged here, which he thinks he can immediately go attack Lip once again, which doesn't go too well for him. He just ends up getting absolutely electrocuted. It is super dang easy to defeat Lip because he just starts destroying those little paper soldiers or whatever he has. And yeah, apparently that's like his grand weakness, because you take those things out, it reduces Lip's power, and yeah, he just gets obliterated pretty much right after that, with God literally stating that like those were his followers, and once you get rid of them, you can take out any god immediately basically. And yeah, kind of a bummer way for Lip to go out, destroying little paper creatures, and then he dies, but I guess that's how it goes. And yeah, the page with him getting obliterated, like, oh my gosh, he kind of became a creepypasta there, which is where you cut back over to Yakuto's group, and they're getting right at the door for reincarnation. And yet again, there is a chasm that they need to get over, but none of them can use their powers now, which I'm going to say has to probably do with Lip dying, to where he probably had control of the realm to be able to let them use their powers there, but now they can't. Which basically just has Saru step up and decide to fling them all across, and he sacrifices himself to let all of his students live. And basically the final page of this chapter is them all going through the gate to be reincarnated and Saru dying. With that is the end of this chapter, so my thoughts. I really enjoyed Gon's fight with the Lip. I think that fight was actually pretty dang cool, and actually a better showcase of each of their abilities. Pretty much every fight with him has been super one-sided and not working out too well for anyone fighting him. I guess cool that Hein is a bit more powered up now. Who knows by how much, because like, how much time in the Underworld is it equating to like the demon world? Like if you're there in there for like a month, is it like 3 months there, or is it like equal time? Who knows? But honestly, I really enjoyed this chapter, and now everyone's reincarnated. Are they going to be potentially looking all the same, or are they all babies now? Who knows? Probably going to have a bit of a time skip, because I imagine if you're reincarnating, you're probably starting from the basics again, but we will see. So leave in the comments your thoughts of the chapter. Thank you for watching, and this is Trago signing out.